for evil and do good. Psalms 34:14.
Even a child is known by his doings. Proverbs 20:11.
Fear not, for I am with thee. Isaiah 43:5.
G.
God is love. 1 John 4:8.
Honor thy father and thy mother. Exodus 20:12. I am the vine, ye are the branches. John 15:5.
Good job.
Hide God's word in my heart. It's a lamp unto my feet. I'm gonna read God's word every day. It's my food, my bread and meat. I'm gonna stand on the truth of the Bible. I'm gonna open my eyes. I'm gonna memorize. J.
Jesus wept. John 11:35.
K.
Keep thy tongue from evil. Psalm 34:13.
L.
Look unto me and be ye saved. Isaiah 45:22.
M. Marvel not, you must be born again. John 3:7. N.
No man can serve two masters. Matthew 6:24.
O.
Oh, give thanks unto the Lord, for he is good. Psalm 118:1.
P.
Praise ye the Lord. Psalm 127:1.
Q.
Quench not the spirit.
1 Thessalonians 5:19. R.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Exodus 28.
You're more than halfway there.
I'm gonna hide God's word in my heart. It's a lamp unto my feet. I'm gonna read God's word every day. It's my food, my bread and meat. I'm gonna stand on the truth of the Bible. I'm gonna open my eyes. I'm gonna memorize. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. S.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Matthew 6:33.
Time for teach.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Proverbs 3:5.
U.
Unto us a child is born.
Isaiah 9:6. V.
Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Romans 12:19.
W.
Wait on the Lord. Psalm 27:14.
X.
Exceeding great and precious promises are given unto us. 2 Peter 1:4.
Y.
Ye are the light of the world. Matthew 5:14.
Z.
Zion heard and was glad. Psalm 97:8.
How about that? 26 scriptures in one day. Praise the Lord.
I'm gonna hide God's word in my heart. It's a lamp unto my feet. I'm gonna read God's word every day. It's my food, my bread and meat. I'm gonna stand on the truth of the Bible. I'm gonna open my eyes. I'm gonna memorize. I'm gonna hide God's word in my heart. It's a lamp unto my feet. I'm gonna read God's word every day. It's my food, my bread and meat. I'm gonna stand on the truth of the Bible. I'm gonna open my eyes. I'm gonna memorize.
Good evening to everyone. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Okay, I'm hearing good. How are we enjoying our vacation? Those of us who are home from school on vacation.
Oh, I'm enjoying mine.
You are not home from school, but yes.
Home from work. It's your turn.
Hello, Antonia. Okay, I am glad to see everybody this afternoon. We are going to begin with our memory verses. Can anybody, our memory verses are following the alphabet. So we have had so far A all the way down to I. Can anybody remember any of those verses?
John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me, and I in him. Here's my fruit.
Thank you. Is that Carol or Samuel?
Samuel.
Thank you, Samuel. Okay, we had I Anybody can remember any verse other than I?
Jesus wept.
Right? We are jumping a little ahead. We haven't done that one yet. We are doing the verse. Yes, you did this morning, but we haven't done it on online Sunday school yet. So I want the verses that came between A and I.
For all have sinned and fall glory of glory.
Almost all have sinned and fall short of the.
Glory of God.
All right, good. That's A. What was B? Not hearing any B's. What was B?
Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved.
Thank you, Sister Alda.
You
Do you
and your
remember?
household.
Pardon?
I said you and your household.
All right, and that one is taken from Acts 16:31. Can everybody see their screen?
Yes, please.
All right, what comes next?
See, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. And where was that one taken from?
Then 6:1.
Say it again.
Ephesians 6:1.
Very good. Ephesians 6:1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Then we have D. Depart from.
Evil and do
Oh,
good.
and do good.
So
Seek peace and pursue it.
Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. That is Psalm 34:14. And then we have E.
even a child.
Yeah, go ahead.
And a shout is by his
Is known by his.
works. These is
Whether they be.
good or bad.
Pure and right.
Whether they be pure and right. And that is taken from Proverbs 11, 2011.
Proverbs 20.
That's E, A, B, C, D, E, F. F has a stump. Isaiah 41:10. What does it say?
Fear not.
Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God.
Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
God is love.
God is love. That's taken from John. John 4:8. G is
First John 4:8.
1 John 4:8. He who does not love does not know God, for God is love. All right. And then we had Samuel telling us just now what was our, oh no, we got H.
Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land, which the Lord thy God give thee.
All right, that's Exodus 20:12. We're going to honor our father and our mother. And then we have the one that I was running ahead to, which is I am the vine, you are the branches. He who abides in me and I in him bears much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. All right, we're going to pause there. And then even though Samuel has told us what our verse is for this month, we're going to come back and we're going to get into our verse in more in depth. But right now we are going to listen to 2 songs as soon as I find them, since they seem to have run away from me. All right, we've got our songs here coming up. All right, I will share my screen with you now.
another, love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. Love one another with a love like no other that we found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. We're alive to love one another. We're alive with love like no other. We're alive with sisters and brothers. We're alive to love one another.
Okay, so what were those two songs telling us to do?
Love one another.
To love one another. Is it easy to love one another?
No.
I told you, was that you? Did you say no?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it's very easy to love one another, and then sometimes it is not so easy to love one another. Okay, we're going to go on now to our verse for today, which Samuel has told us already what that is. Samuel, where is the verse taken from? Samuel?
I do not know.
Oh, you don't remember where it's taken from. Okay. All right, I'm going to share my screen again. And we're going to go forward to J. And it's taken from John 11:35. Where is it taken from?
John 11:35.
John 11:35. Now, this verse is so long that everybody should be able to remember it. It is all of 2 words. And the verse
Best
is
first. Well, not best person. Wait, say it, but best first. Ever.
the verse says what?
Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. So if there's no other verse you remember from all the memory verses that we have done, this is the one that you should remember. Jesus wept. And where is it taken from?
John chapter 11, verse 35.
John chapter 11, verse 35. Okay, I want everybody to repeat it for me. John chapter 11, verse 35.
John chapter 11, verse 35. Jesus wept.
Okay, let's do it again.
John chapter 11, verse 35. Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. Okay. Now, our verse, because it is so simple, we are going to do a little something with it. Now, the first word is Jesus. And we've got 8 people on right now. Let me see all the people that I have on. I would like everybody to tell me one thing that they know about Jesus.
He's the Son of God.
Jesus is the Son of God. That's Sister Alda.
He died for our sins.
Okay, that's Tony. He died for our sins.
He loves us.
That's Azaria.
This is Joanna.
Pardon?
This is
Joanna.
Joanna.
Soana. Thank you. He died for our sins.
I said that too, but okay. He is our savior.
Yes, he's our Savior. Say hello louder, not hearing.
Prince of man.
I heard something of God.
Prince of peace. Right, the Prince of peace.
He is the Prince of Peace. Thank you, Antonia. Kara, Samuel. We've got lots of things. You can tell me where he was born, who his mommy was, who his earthly father was. There are lots of things we know about Jesus.
His mommy was Mary.
Yes, Mary was his mother. That's only like Kara.
That was me, Samuel.
Sorry, Samuel. Kara, what do you know about Jesus?
He used to perform miracles.
He performed miracles. Very good. Adeline, do you know anything about Jesus? I can't hear. Say it for me again. I can hear.
His father was Joseph.
His father, his earthly father was Joseph. Thank you, Adeline. Okay, let's see who else we've got. We've got Brother Lawrence. Are you with us?
He was baptized.
Who
By John.
baptized them?
John.
He was baptized by John. Okay, so there are lots of things that we can talk about Jesus. We have a lot that we have in the Bible about him. Where was he born? He was born in Bethlehem. And where was he laid?
In a manger.
In a manger. And who told about his coming?
Angel.
They heard that one?
The angel Gabriel.
The angels told about his coming. So we know a lot about Jesus. All right, now the next word is wet. Now wet is the past tense of weep. What does to weep mean?
To cry now.
Right.
It means to cry. And what happens when you're crying?
Some people cry without tears.
I've never seen them.
Yeah, some people cry without tears because they don't have tears like some of us do.
Okay, well, that's not the norm. Normally, when you're crying, what happens? What do you see?
Water running out your eyes.
You see water run out your eyes.
That's
When people
not
are crying,
coming
do they
out
look
your
pretty?
They're
Yeah.
happy. They're happy or sad.
You can be happy or sad when you're crying.
No, it's
Pardon?
not coming out your nose.
Oh, Lord.
You're
For that-
welcome.
for that is it.
That's visual. Are
So
you
therefore,
feeling or
you are not
screaming?
pretty when you're crying. Okay, people can cry for various reasons. Now, in this verse, Jesus was not happy when he was crying. He was crying because his friends were in pain and he felt for them. So I'm not going to get him this evening to why he was actually crying, but what we're going to look at is the fact that he was crying. And there is a word beginning with E that is the reason why he was crying. I think the older one should know it. The word begins with E. We will say that
Empathizing.
he was empathizing. He had empathy. So he was empathizing with his friends, and that's the reason that he was crying. So that's our word for this evening, empathy. And we're going to learn. Yes, it's Aldo?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Your circle, your little square came on. So
Okay.
we're going to look this evening at the meaning of empathy. And I have a short video with two little people named Tony and Luis who are going to tell you all about empathy and what it means to empathize. All right, so get ready for me to share my screen again. And then afterwards, I will ask you questions to see if you were listening. So everybody's going to be listening, right?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
All right, is everybody seeing?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go.
Smile and learn.
Hello, friends! Do you know what we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about... Oopsie, I think I forgot. What are we going to talk about today, Tony? My, Louise. Today we're going to talk about empathy. That's right! So, what is empathy? Don't worry, I'll tell you all about it. We feel empathy when we put ourselves in someone else's position, understanding and comprehending their emotions and feelings.
I don't think I understand that very well. What if you explained it to me with an example?
Sure. Imagine Sparky, my doggy, is sick, and I have to take him to the vet.
Oh no, Tony! I'm so very sorry. You must be really worried, right? I can imagine how you must be feeling.
That's empathy, putting yourself in my place and understanding how I feel. In this case, you can feel how worried I am about Sparky.
Ah, I think I'm beginning to understand.
Now, this time, let's imagine that your brother gets home from school feeling very sad. He scored really low in his test, and he had studied quite hard for it.
I'm sure he's in a bad mood. He must be very sad. He studied a lot for this exam. Knowing he feels this way makes me sad too.
That's it. Feeling empathy is putting yourself in your brother's place.
I see.
Now you know what empathy is. You have managed to understand how other people feel.
Woohoo! You're right. Now I get it.
How about you? Yes, you watching this video. Did you understand what empathy is? This is my trick to practice empathy. If you see someone who doesn't feel quite okay, first observe. How might this person be feeling? Then think, how would I feel if I were this person? And finally, ask this person, how are you feeling? Can I help you? Very well. Now, let's look at a situation where we can show empathy. Imagine Clara lost her favorite pencil. First, observe. How do you think Clara is feeling? Second, think. How would you feel if you, too, lost something you really liked? And finally, ask her, how can I help you? Excellent! You did an amazing job.
Now we know that empathy means putting ourselves in the place of others, understanding their emotions in certain situations.
That's right, Luis. Always try to be empathetic.
See you soon!
Okay, so do we understand what empathy is?
Yes, please.
Okay, we understand. You sure we understand?
Yes, please.
Okay, and as we said before, Jesus was weeping because he had empathy. And we want to be like Jesus. So it means that it's a good thing to have empathy with others. And there are times when you're feeling sad and alone and by yourself. And it is at those times that you can remember that Jesus, God, is with you. He is always seeing you. He is always with you. But there are times when you want somebody else to also see what you're going through and to empathize. So we are going to see now if you actually understand what it means to have empathy. I've got some scenarios and you're going to tell me, because what were the three things that you were supposed to do? You were supposed to something, and something. What was the first one beginning with O?
Observe.
Observe. And then what was the
Then
other one?
think, then ask. Then ask.
All right, very good. You were supposed to observe, you were supposed to think, and you're supposed to ask. Okay, so the first scenario is, the older ones, you can change the words to suit being older. You're playing with your friends at school, and you notice one person alone who looks sad. So when you observe, what do you see?
Sad person.
The sad person. Okay, what is he thinking? The thinking is, how would you feel if you were in their place? So how would you feel if everybody else was playing and you were alone? How would you feel?
Left out.
Yes, you would feel left out. Anybody else?
Lonely.
Lonely.
Thanks, Shireen.
Okay.
Shireen
And the
says so
last,
too.
pardon?
Shireen says so in the chat too.
Yes, lonely. Okay. And the ask part is, how can you make them feel better? So how would you make them feel better?
Ask them to play with you.
Ask them to play with you. Anybody else?
I know what's making them sad.
Find out what that's if they want to tell you. Find out what's making them
True.
sad.
Give them a hug.
You can't hug them now. But yeah,
an elbow.
in the ribs, Tony, in the ribs.
On their other elbow. What's wrong?
You give them an elbow. Yes. Anybody else? Serena is saying ask them to join. Yes, you can ask them to join the group. Okay, very good. You did very good with scenario 1. Okay, on to 2. Your mom is working hard to get dinner on the table. So mom is working hard. What do you observe?
Could be frustrated.
She could be frustrated.
Busyness.
Yeah, she's trying to multitask.
Yeah, she's trying to do like 4 things at one time. How does she look?
Frazzled.
Tired.
Frazzled, tired. Okay, now if you were mom, how would you feel?
Frustrated.
Frustrated. You're doing 4 things at one time.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. You're tired. And you're trying to get food on the table for these children.
Annoyed.
Probably ain't gonna want to eat it.
I tell you about the sweet pepper that you put in the food that they may want to eat.
I tell you about the sweet pepper you put in the food that they want to eat. Okay. All right. So the last part then is to ask.
But Sharna, you could feel good too.
Pardon me?
The mother could feel good.
She could feel good?
Yeah, preparing, doing all these things and preparing lunch and so on.
Okay, I guess she could.
Even though you may be tired and so on, but still feeling good about it, that you can do it.
Okay, that's true.
Some people
but
that
most
in that
mothers
case,
I
not
know
me.
don't feel good. Okay, so we're going to assume that the mother is not feeling good. She's feeling stressed and tired and would like to go to sleep. So what can we do to help?
Assist.
Food. Got food.
I hearing cook food. That depends on how old you are. So the author say assist. That is true. You can do one of the things that she's trying to do. If you can actually cook, yes, you can cook the food. What else?
Don't ask questions and leave her alone.
Don't ask questions and leave her alone.
Some children love to annoy their parents when they're doing stuff. So
It is true. I agree with it wholeheartedly. You
eat
can leave
that
her alone to
food
do
and
what
be-
she's doing.
eat that food and be thankful about it and change
Yes,
the
eat
thing.
the food. I said nothing about what is in it. It tastes great. Mommy did a fantastic job. I like that one.
You hear me call it there, right? I talk about no.
All right, we're going on to scenario number 3. Someone fell down and hurt themselves. What do you see?
Pain.
Yeah, someone in pain. Probably somebody got spraddled on the ground, so they're embarrassed.
Probably
What else?
crying because it hurts. Probably crying because it hurts.
Could be crying because it hurts. All right, if you were them, how would you feel?
Well, or if you let me, you bounce back up because you didn't want nobody to see the opening ground, so you bounced as fast as you could.
That is if you could bounce, Tony. All right, you
I
Tony
agree
bounce
with
it back
Tony.
up.
Tony, I agree with you because when I fell down Broad Street, I jumped hard enough and ran.
I did too.
All right, so we got two people that fall down.
Even
but
if it hurts, sure,
and
now I
then
look
let's
over
cross
to
the
the
road
street.
as fast as possible because we don't want nobody see the fall down. Okay, how would you feel if you were them?
Embarrassed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Probably pain, feeling the pain too.
Feeling the pain. All right. So what can you do to help? Well, you can't help them up, Antonio, because they don't bung up already.
All of that. See if you
You
need
have to
some
ask them if
water.
they'd like to sit down.
Maybe they need some water. Ask if they're
Yes.
all right. Just
You
ask
can
if
give
they're
us
Ask,
some
ask if
water.
they're okay.
Ask if they're okay.
That's what somebody did to me. Are you okay? Do you need help?
Okay. Ask if they're okay, if they need help. Tell me again, Antonia.
What if them unconscious?
Oh, there.
Oh,
If they're
they
unconscious, you
definitely
can't
in the
bung up.
ambulance for
So
sure.
what would you do if they're unconscious?
Check if they have a pulse and they call the ambulance.
You call the ambulance. You may want to call the ambulance first and then check if they have a pulse.
Listen, don't be like my friend who was like, "Oh, you get down there." Alright.
That is a true friend, Tony. Only a true friend can answer this or questions. Okay, so we're going to assist them. And if you've got, I don't know, some people travel with, depending on how badly they're hurt, it might just be like a little scratch. You could offer them some, I ain't gonna say alcohol, because alcohol but a cut don't feel too good. But maybe you can offer them some water or some ice or something like that. Brother Lawrence will know all the things you're supposed to do. Right, Brother Lawrence?
If they're unconscious, you check them, put them in recovery position and call the ambulance. Observe them.
Okay, see, Brother Lawrence has told you what to do. You check them, you put them in a recovery position, and you call the ambulance. Everybody know what recovery position is?
Under that, under.
That's on your side.
Side.
Right, you lay them on their
That
side,
ain't on your side.
make sure that
Open
everything
the
is, the
airway.
airway is open, and you
So
call the
so that they
ambulance.
can breathe.
All right.
Yeah.
You were saying something else? Okay, on to our next scenario. Your sister is sick. If your sister is sick, what do you see?
See, she's not feeling.
I heard two people. Say again.
Sick person laying on in bed.
A sick person laying down in bed, so she's in bed. That's one. Mhm.
She's complaining that she's not feeling well.
Okay, you could hear verbal complaints that she's not feeling well.
You can
Anybody
see that
else?
she's upset.
Pardon?
You can see that she is upset.
You can see that she's upset. Okay. All right. How would you feel if you were her? How do you feel when you are sick?
Horrible.
Terrible.
Sometimes you feel helpless.
Yes, you feel helpless. The body feel like if it has betrayed you. How do you feel when you are sick, Carol?
Tired.
Tired. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? How do you feel when you are sick?
My mom says that I sound like if I'm dying.
But sometimes you feel like you're dying. You feel like if your next breath is
Miserable.
your last. Yes, Sister Aldo?
Miserable.
Miserable. Okay, so if you see your sister feeling miserable, she's in bed, she's saying it hurt, what can you do to help?
Nothing.
Distract her.
Okay, you can distract her sister. Oh, that's a nothing.
Nothing.
You let your sister suffer?
That's because she's too far away.
Yeah, because she always say, George, and I don't hear.
But you could talk to her.
And the other one in the States.
And tell her you love her.
But no,
Recommend going to the doctor.
some people you can't do anything to help them because they don't want to listen.
Okay, that is true. I have some people who are very difficult.
Yeah.
Make soup.
All right, you can make
Or their
soup.
favorite food. Or a cup of
What
tea.
other kind of
Offer
food?
support.
Offer support.
Prayer.
What was the other kind of food, Antonia?
I said favorite food.
Her favorite
Like their
food, if she could
comfort
taste
food.
it. Mm-hmm.
I
Samba,
said-
what would you do if your sisters were sick?
I was saying he will leave me there.
You would what?
He will leave me there.
Ha ha. So what else do you do with your sisters? How about calling mommy? Sarah,
Yes, please.
how about calling mommy? Will you tell mommy that Carol is not feeling well?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So there are things that we can do. All right. We've got a few more. Let me see. This one is fun. Dad just came home from work and it's been a hard day. So if Dad came home from work and it's been a hard day, how does he look?
Angry.
Pardon?
Angry.
He looks angry, possible. That
Stressed
means
out.
he came in and he packed down the bag on the table. Mm-hmm.
Tired.
He could be
Hey.
tired. He barely dragged himself through the door. Mm-hmm.
Stressed out.
He's stressed out. That means that he here sticking up at all angles. How would you feel if you were Dad?
Like I don't want to talk to you today. Frustrated.
Yes, but you don't want to talk to anybody. It was bad day. You don't want to talk to the buddy. All right, how else would you
Frustrated.
feel?
Frustrated with the people at work.
Frustrated with people at work. You may even feel frustrated with people in the house. You're frustrated with everybody because everything getting you upset though.
It's true.
What would you do to help?
Tell him I'm going to take a warm shower. Stay out of his way, relax. You know, watch some sports or whatever he like to do. Just a little while.
Tony, you may not want to hear anything.
True.
Just leave me alone.
Antonia said stay out the pantry.
Exactly.
It is true. You can still this way. You can tell him have a what is that? A beer. Bring a beer for him, or like Sister Alda said, he may not want to hear anybody. So it depends on the person that you're dealing with, and that's why it's important to maybe ask, because you can ask him what he would like. Depending on how bad a mood he's in, he may or may not tell you. All right, we're going to do one more.
That is the
And
time you
that
may
will-
need somebody to talk to.
Pardon me?
That is the time he may need somebody to listen to him, to talk to him.
Well,
Because he's
as long as he's
frustrated.
willing to talk, because I know there are some people when they're really upset, they don't like to talk. And then there are other people when they're upset, they like to talk. So it depends on the person you're dealing with. All right, this is our last one. Billy cannot do something that all his friends can do, and they laugh at him.
He needs new friends.
It is true. Billy cannot do something that all his friends can do, and they laugh at him. All right, so what are we going to imagine that they're doing?
Pointing and laughing at it.
They could be pointing and laughing at
They're
him.
bullying him.
They could be bullying him
And teasing.
and teasing him, telling him that he can't do nothing right, that he's slow, all kinds of things. If you were Billy, how would you feel?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed,
Horrible.
horrible,
Annoyed to the point where we may do something wrong.
annoyed, crying, perhaps.
Feeling sorry for yourself.
You could be feeling sorry for yourself. Why me? Ain't nobody else like me. Nobody else has got these problems like me.
I
Only
remember
me.
that feeling. I remember that feeling. Everyone has that feeling.
Okay, so now that we have observed and we have thought, what do we do to help Billy?
I'm his friend and tell him
Pardon?
to
You
become
said
his
cuff his
friend.
friends?
Become his friend
Well,
and tell him to ignore
become his
everyone
friend.
else.
Okay. Okay.
I read the first, I did not say.
I didn't hear the first part. I only heard the second part. It sounded like cuff his friend.
I understand.
Okay, you can become his friend.
You could try to show him, see if you show him a different way to do whatever it is and see if he can get it done.
Yes, you could try to help him with what it is that they're teasing him about. Anybody else?
Tell him to ignore them.
Yes, you could tell him to ignore them. That is true. Don't mind, it's very hard when you've got a whole big set of people pointing at you and laughing to ignore them. It takes a lot of deep down. I
Get new
can't find
friends,
the
man.
word to ignore them. But there are things that we can do. So we have seen from these scenarios that we can put ourselves in other people's places and think what it is that they are going through. It is not always easy, especially if the person is annoying you, which is the head time that you should do it. When the person is annoying you, try to think what it is that they're being so annoying. But the same way how Jesus empathized with his friends, we are called upon to empathize. Are we only going to do it with our friends though?
Sorry, I didn't hear what the question.
Are we only going to empathize with our friends and with people that we know?
Supposed to empathize with everybody, but it rough when it's people that you know, like.
That is true. Yeah, so Anna, I see a raised hand. Okay. I'm thinking that was probably an accident. Okay, so it is hard to empathize with people who are being mean to you or who you don't like for one reason or another. But is it what we should do?
Yes, you should empathize with them. Sometimes they have other issues that cause them to be that way.
Yeah, sometimes when you find out what is going on with somebody, you realize what it is that they are, the way how they are, and you don't dislike them quite so much. So empathy is a good thing to have. Okay, what is our verse for the month of August?
Let's have that. Verse 35, Jesus wept.
Pardon, the motorcycle just passed, but me a very loud motorcycle. Could you repeat?
John chapter 11, verse 35, Jesus wept.
John chapter 11, verse 35, Jesus wept. All right, Kara, Samuel, Adeline, what's the verse?
John chapter 11, verse 35, Jesus wept.
Jesus wept. So we are not going to forget the verse for August because it is super duper easy. Jesus wept. And what is our word for today?
Empathy.
Empathy. Empathy is our word for today. And this week, what are we going to try to do? We're going to try to empathize. And how are we doing that? There are three things we're going to do. Da, 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 da.
Observe, think, and act.
Observe, think, and act. Very good. So only Antonia is going to observe, think, and act. What about the others? What are the three things that we're going to do?
Observe, think, and ask.
Observe, think, and act. Okay. We are in the month of August. Are there any birthdays from today, the 6th of August, until Friday? Sorry, Saturday, the 13th of August. Are there any birthdays? Okay, it doesn't seem as if we have any birthdays. We know that Auntie Tony had a birthday last week, Thursday. Auntie Tony, how was your birthday?
It was great. It was great.
Auntie
We
Tony
went to
enjoyed.
the beach, and then I had some friends take me to shop at for food and ice cream. It was delicious. So I had a good day. Oh, and then yesterday I also got to redeem a voucher for some lovely ribs and some loaded fries. Oh my goodness, from 5-5. Bigging up 5-5 and Brother Raul Seeley. It was lovely. Yeah, so encouraging everybody to, give them a support. Yeah, and that's coming out on the 27th of August. Karen Hapuk and 5-5 are putting on a event on the 27th of August, and we're asking that you support them. The cost is $30. It is located next to, can't remember the name of the place, but it's in Pilgrim Road, Christchurch, opposite the gas station next to that will take you to Ferry Valley Church. Y'all know what we're talking about. Anyhow, y'all can contact Karen for further information, and tickets will be on sale from next week. That's my plug for her. But yes, it was excellent. Thank you, Chanel. Thanks for the voucher, just the other.